are able to travel again. So thank you. And thank you for attending from way out there. So let's, and again, chime in. I'm going to, start. And this is what people think about when they think about the brand. Ooh, you got to get the logo right. And that's all true. But as I hope we understand, it is so much more than that. Um, so, there are, and again, go to the toastmasters.org/logos. You can get this in the brand manual, and this will spell out, and I've got a couple of sheets from that here, but it spells out the size, the color. You have to have a certain space around the logo. The logo word mark is spelled out, pathways logos, the fonts you use, all of that is spelled out in the brand manual. And we do have to be very cognizant of that. And here's a page from the manual. I'm not smart enough to have figured out how to make this look differently, so it's like a screenshot, but I think it'll get the point. So they show on the left, like, okay, this is okay. So you can put the Toastmasters logo, put the district underneath it, your club name underneath it, perhaps, I'm just saying, and you can, there's little variations that you have, but look to the right here, and here's where we start getting into trouble. Here's all the don'ts. If I had a black hat, I'd put it on right now. So, don't put it in perspective. Don't disproportionately scale it. You see how they've kind of widened it a little bit. Don't change any elements of the logo. Like you see the one in the middle on the left, they've changed it. Don't customize. So we couldn't do this Toastmaster logo and put District 55 right in the middle of it. And you can see the other examples, just examples of things you cannot do with the logo. So we need to be very cognizant of how we treat that. And it's kind of like, um, I'll use the Coca-Cola example again. I could come in and maybe make it look just a little bit different. And it seems like there already are some of those. And it's like, oh, okay, Coca-Cola, love Coca-Cola. Ooh, not so good. So, some people may just, so we start diluting the brand, if you will. We start diluting what Toastmasters is about, and then we're no longer identifiable worldwide. And I think that's what's important about it. And, look at our, here is what's on our District 55 Facebook page. And y'all, I am going to tell you, I said, you know what? I better make darn sure. So I actually sent this to the branding person there with TI, and this is brand compliant, that we're good. We haven't changed the logo. We haven't put anything too close to it within its little clear zone, if you will. We've used the appropriate colors. So this kind of stuff is perfectly okay to do. Questions, comments, thoughts at this point?
I didn't realize that you could have another logo on the same page, but they must have told you that they were far enough apart when you checked.
Yes, I sent it
That's
to him,
good.
and I figured, well, sometimes it's better to ask forgiveness than ask permission. But I said, I'm pretty open. Let's put it out there, and I had a feeling it was okay, but and it looks good.
Mm-hmm.
So there's ways to include our logo with all of. In fact, I've seen some stuff, and some of y'all may know more about it than others, but apparently with the August meeting that Toastmasters International had, I think they basically indicated that social media profiles should link to the official Toastmasters International profile on the same platform.
Yep.
Uh, so I haven't, gone out with that yet and really said, hear ye, but I'm thinking, Kathy and Wafa, y'all might have more input and knowledge on this, but I'm thinking that, on our Facebook website, our Facebook page, we probably need to have some kind of link to Toastmasters International, for example.
I think it's there somewhere. I'm not sure where though. But
Yeah,
Darla's wanting to know if you can repeat the link for the brand name. Maybe
yes.
you can put it in the chat or yeah, okay. There you go. You got it, Darla?
And
Kathy, if for some reason they can't find the link on Contact Us tab, everything is listed on that page. So all you have to do is search for brand and it will give you the information how to get hold of them.
Yeah,
And
it's all under the resources tab and you'll see one that says branding. There's like, then there's a whole bunch of tabs there.
yeah,
right,
yeah, there are, well, let me kind of go through, and these are some other things, you know, when you see standards and procedures, but this is important too, you know, the trademark, video guidelines, apparel guidelines, you know, be careful about making your own shirts with your club and Toastmasters. Check that stuff out. I don't know all of this by verse, but in the brand manual,
I have a good story on apparel if you want to.
certainly.
So one easy way to, if you're trying to get apparel approved, like we're doing a Pathways Champion t-shirt for Pathways Champions. So if you want to be a Pathways Champion, you'll get a really nice shirt. And I I've had lots of people tell me that it took weeks to even hear back from the branding police, is what I call them. And so
Yeah.
I asked Violetta, our regional advisor, can you push this through? And she got it approved. I mean, they did have to, we had to tweak it a little bit. We sent them a design and they said, no, that's not brand compliant. And it was just some minor stuff, but it looks really good. And you don't want to spend that kind of money on apparel and then find out it's not brand compliant. So
Yeah.
there
Yeah.
you have it.
It can probably have some real repercussions, financial repercussions, because they are very serious about this brand. And the branding lady, I think she might be on maternity leave now, but maybe there's somebody else covering it. But
Violetta knows all those people. So
yeah, she was. We had a meeting with her last week, and she was. She told her she can get an answer in 24 hours.
pretty much.
So, and here's kind of the takeaway here. When in doubt, ask. When in doubt, ask. And there's a couple places, and this is the email that will get you to me, D55PRM, and then the brand at toastmasters.org. But just ask, and I will try to respond as quickly as possible. But probably better to ask than get out there. You know, we can change if you mess up a logo a little bit, but if you're really stepping out there, that's when you really want to ask if there's some money involved. So, and you know, on the same, you can go to the toastmasters.org brand portal, and here's where you can find, there's different ways to get to it, but here's where you can find the logo as well, marketing resources. This is where you can get business card templates, photos, stationery. There's a whole lot on this brand portal that you can certainly take advantage of, and I encourage you to do that if you have a hankering. And I wonder, let's see, let me do this because all we've got is this left after, but let me try this. I'm going to see if we can get to it, y'all. Okay, can y'all see that?
No, you'll have to share. There you go. You'll have to share the screen where you have the other one opened up because we're still seeing the website, the PowerPoint.
Okay, so how do
So
I
stop sharing what you're sharing and then share the other one. Yeah. Now go back and share that other one that you opened.
I already, there it is. That might be it.
There you go.
Okay, this is the brand portal. So you're able to, you can get to the brand manual, business cards, website templates. So if you wanted to, and this is the free Toast Host website. So if you want a club website, you can get a template there and you can explore this. And there's, lots of information there. Free downloadable club and district web mastheads. So you're able to.
One of the things we learned from Lisa Troggett's presentation is when you're doing your mastheads, like if you have LinkedIn and Facebook and a website, then those mastheads should all match. I've been doing this for 40 years and I said, wow, I didn't even realize that. And I went and changed the ones we have for TNT. It makes a big difference. You can tell it's the same club because they all look the same. And once you make one, you can just do it for different social media.
Oh,
I
that's
like
good.
that, dynamite.
Dynamite.
So you always have to be careful because you never know what's on your screen. So I'll see if I can get back to my PowerPoint.
What good looking group.
And I don't see. All right. So y'all, that's gonna, we've got about 10 minutes to wrap it up. I'd love to, questions and comments that y'all have got, any parting thoughts? I know this was quick and maybe on the surface, but I hope y'all have seen some things that you want to go explore some more, especially that brand manual. And I hope the other thing that you take away is everything you do personally and with your club is either helping or hurting the Toastmasters brand, and it's all wrapped into our brand. Just like I'm an easygoing guy, and if I get all angry, then that's not Rick. So if Toastmasters isn't treating people right, that's not Toastmasters. Okay, I'll shut up. And questions, comments?
Can we close down the screen share so I can get a group shot of everybody?
Certainly.
Okay, turn your cameras on, those of you that are hiding.
Wait a minute, Kathy, how's my hair look?
It looks a lot better than mine does, Rick. Man, that's a good looking crowd. All right, let me take one more. Say PR.
PR.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
I was thinking about it. I've got to do, when we have our club meetings, I need to figure out a way, because these virtual meetings, there aren't very many branded things behind me. And that may be something I want to think more about. As I know Wafa's always got her Toastmasters banner back there, but maybe something to think about. At least one person kind of has the brand behind them. But again, I'll shut up and let y'all talk.
Don't you have some of those those screens, virtual screens that have branding and stuff on them?
Yes, you do.
I don't like virtual screens though, because I fade into them. I don't have, that doesn't work well for me for whatever reason.
I'm the same way, Donna.
Now you can stop that by getting a green screen. You can order it from Amazon. It's like a green curtain, and put it up, and then you won't fade. I haven't obviously done that, but you can do it if you want.
There's some nice backgrounds at Amazon.com as well that are not they're not green screens, that look just plain. And I don't know. I mean, I haven't figured out what to do, but I'm not. really, other than being on the club, I haven't had very many opportunities to speak and represent Toastmasters, I guess. So,
Well, Kathy, do we have any unspoken Toastmasters this evening? Do you know of any?
Nancy hasn't spoken yet. She's
Nancy.
very eloquent.
All right, Nancy.
Tell us how things are going in Corpus, Nancy.
Well, I apologize for getting here late. I got here as soon as I could. I was going to notice that Michelle had put her banner there, and I think it does look really great, but maybe your club is like mine. I stopped by High Noon Toastmasters meeting space, which is at University of the Incarnate Word, in a business park, you know, like a multi-story business building. And it was so sad to walk in there because the New York Life office was all shuttered. The restaurant that was there was all shuttered. I went up to the 3rd floor to just see, can we get our stuff? Our stuff is being held hostage in the closets there. So I hope that you guys can get your banners because I think it looks really good, Michelle.
Yes, it does.
Can't even get in our building at Medtronic, so no, I can't get our stuff.
Right. So we have to be more creative and think of something else.
Darlene is raising her hand.
All
Yeah.
right.
I just have some comments. We recently, our club get some award money from the Toastmaster International. So we are looking at the website, and then we saw that there's a mask, actually mask for the Toastmaster. And then that is really a good idea because we all need mask, and then we all go everywhere with mask. So
Yeah.
the other people with the mask, they may come ask you, what is that? Or you may, walk into a neighborhood and see your fellow Toastmaster, and they look at your mask, say, hey, we are in the same community.
Yeah.
Really good. Yeah, so I think the mask is a good to, working, like again, for the working brand, that would be wonderful. And also even after the COVID, can be a souvenir for all of us and memory of this year, 2020.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yep. I hope it's a one of a kind year.
no, don't we all?
Oh, boy.
I have a question.
Okay.
I've pulled down all the brand stuff. I did this way back, and one of the things I wanted to do was to improve our homepage as much as possible. And what I'm trying to figure out is I've gone to brands, I've gone to pictures that are shared that are public domain at Toastmasters and pictures elsewhere that are public domain. And how do I make our website, of course, everything is supposed to be normally, but something that somebody says, wow, I like that. Or they click on something in there and that they click, I don't know how we do that. And that's one of the things I'm challenged with as much as anything. You want the brand out there for everything, but you also would like for them to click on something. And if they click, then you know that they're interested and they seek more information. And so that's what I'm really more interested in, but I've got all the brand info, not that I'm doing it all right. And I realize I don't have some branding behind me, but that's a big concern for me. Just
Yeah.
We
Building.
have some classes coming up at TLI, and we will have some
Yeah.
At continuing education as well. We did have some in the last TLI. Stephen Hall taught about websites, but that's what we try to do. We try to listen to what else you guys want to know about, and then we try to put classes out there.
Yeah.
And go ahead. I'm sure you had something else you had to say, Rick.
No, I was just, Don, I wish I could give you a well thought out, technical yet eloquent answer to that, but that's not my deal. But as Kathy says, I think that's more and more becoming something that people are interested in, some hands-on to do just that. So thank you.
We have a young man named Shankar Ponsalet who is here in San Antonio, University City, and that's what he does for a living. And I asked him to please put on a class for Toastmasters, how to do a great free website, and he's agreed to do it.
All right. There is a question in the chat about how to handle members that do not honor the brand by either their behavior or actions. And, and this is just my personal take, I'll open this up to others, but there's where, leadership comes into play, and having those conversations with those individuals, having that difficult conversation and working with them. And, my personal opinion, it may just come to a point where it's better that they part ways rather than keep them as a negative person. When I was an area director, there was an individual in a club that I was working with, and boy, Heidi, I mean, just antagonized everyone. And I think that, it was finally dealt with, but that's not easy. I will open it up to voices of experience of how you do that. Notice I didn't say older people.
Eddie's shaking her head because she lived through that, but I doubt that we need to talk about it too much.
I
She
had
survived it.
an occasion where a man was coming to a Toastmaster meeting, and John Houston is dressy, or was then. And he was coming in his Bermuda shorts and flip-flops and an old t-shirt that had holes in it and looked dirty. And one of my Toastmasters said, well, he's coming to the Toastmaster meeting and we all have to wear suits and look dressy at our place, and they might shut down Toastmasters if they find out he's coming to the meetings like that. And I had to tell the man to either wear longer slacks and don't come in don't come in with an old t-shirt to look more businesslike. And he reported me to Toastmasters International for being rude.
Oh, wow.
They stood behind me.
Oh, good. Yeah.
And that helped, but that was a really touchy thing. And he was going to sue Toastmasters because I told him he says, well, I'm poor and I don't have any money. Well, then he needs to stay home, I guess. But he just needed better clothes and to comb his hair and things like that. It was really a tough thing to go through, but we had to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have also a suggestion. I think that this is why we need to vote people in as they request to be a Toastmaster in our club, and assure that they read the Toastmaster promise and what the expectations are. So when things like that happen, you can have the officers behind you and the entire club behind you.
There's no dress code that I know of that's related to TI, but any club can set their own dress code as part of their own, constitution and their own bylaws. They can create, as long as they don't discriminate, which is against Toastmasters rules, then, if it's business and professional, then that's just kind of common sense. It needs to be business and professional.
And I guess it's 8:01. Uh-oh, me and my big mouth about 1 hour.
But we were having so much fun with you, Rick. Nobody wanted to stop.
But that is a fine line, and I've thought about that, and I actually try to at least put on a shirt with a collar, even when we're virtual, because I think that does kind of represent a brand. We may have a lot of, and I'm not at all a snob. Don't add that to my brand. I don't think I am, but might be an SOB right down to the letter. But we have professionals coming, and we want professionals. We've got corporate clubs, and they come in, and people are sitting in T-shirts, and we need to think about that. And each club has its own culture.
Mm-hmm.
And You know, some people like the culture, and that's okay. That's your club culture. And I would never be one to say, my gosh, Rick, shave or don't wear that ZZ Top t-shirt or something. But I diverge. But this kind of ties in. It's all representing the Toastmasters brand. It's all part of our brand and who we are and what we are as an organization. And everything we can do to keep that brand of a positive, energetic, professional, leaders are developed organization, I think the better off we are. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
I have a question.
Okay.
I wanted to ask, along what Cheryl was saying about posting on Facebook, that you have this title. So if I would put a title in a post on Facebook, would I need to put the brand? And if I wanted to put the logo, if I wanted to put the logo, do I download that somehow?
You know, my thinking, and somebody else will have another answer maybe, but I don't think you need to put the logo if you're just putting, you know, I'm now the VPM of such and such club. But to access the logo, you can go to the brand portal and you can actually download that logo and some other, you know, the words.
Right.
And you can download it and then pop it right into where you want to use it.
You can use it on Facebook then?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I already did. I went, well, right after Cheryl said that, I went and changed my bio in Facebook. So it took like a minute while y'all were talking.
Don't
I did
forget
it.
LinkedIn too. Put it
And
in
LinkedIn, yeah, I'll do that as well.
Yeah, in the brand portal, not only you have the logos in different colors, different shape, and the taglines, but you also have templates. If you want to send a letter, if you want to send, for PowerPoint presentations, if you can make your own business cards, they have templates for almost everything.
Well, Rick, I know you didn't expect to go this late, but we really enjoyed it. And I missed recording the first part, so we really want you to come back and teach this again at another time, because I know people got a lot out of it. So thank you very much for doing this for us.
Thank you. And thank all of y'all. I really appreciate seeing you all and being such a willing participants. I've been on a computer since 7 this morning teaching, so I'm getting a little, but thank you all. And a special, again, thank you, Slava, all the way from Hawaii for participating and join our club meetings anytime. Y'all have a great evening, and we'll see y'all on the screen next time.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.
Thank you.